Okay, guys, my thoughts real quick. So CPI is coming out tomorrow. DXY looks pretty weak so far. Close at low of day. If CPI turns out bad for the dollar, we could close below 102. That would take us all the way back down to even below 101. That's bearish. This ascending would be lost. It's all about the close, not about the intraday move. Usually you get sort of one swing followed by a total reversal. So remember, it's the daily close that really counts. 102 is what I'm watching for the DXY. The thing about 10, not even 102 with the DXY, if we start to go back down, this trade, this Japanese carry trade unwind, which sent all the markets in turmoil, which made the Bank of Japan reverse the decision. The markets bounce pretty strong, still strong. As of today, markets are still bouncing, but that could signal a return to the market drop. So if CPI sends the DXY down and therefore US dollar, Japanese yen back down, maybe that translates to market drop, which could translate to the miners going down. That's actually the formula I'm thinking about. Now, I've trimmed quite a lot my miners, so I kind of hope that the miners go down because we're going up, not too much, we're going up with the markets, but some of the miners have lost a bit of strength, I would say. Um, and I've trimmed into that move quite a bit. So that's how I know I'm well positioned because I kind of don't mind which way it goes, but I think if I had to decide, it's on the drop. Actually, I'd like to buy back a bit lower. So let's look at gold and silver real quick. Gold is absolutely bouncing its head on the roof of 2480. That looks really strong. Tomorrow we could be closing above 2500 and running. You'd expect all the miners to be making new highs. They're not. Some of them are, like the seniors, the Agnico Eagles, the Newmonts, almost Newmonts. Barrick Gold's done quite well recently, so that might start taking out 20 finally. So the GDX related stocks, the seniors, they're doing quite well. Otherwise, the sort of mid-tier, especially the juniors, I'm so happy I don't own any of those. They're crappy. Silver, though, silver is really weak relative to gold. I mean, look at that. Forget being at 3250 equivalent of gold at 2480. This thing's hitting its head here on the descending at 28. Once you take out 28, you've got 29, 29.5 resistance. After you take that out, which would take a lot, that would require 2500 gold. And then you're going to have a problem at 31, the descending, 31.5, and only then can you hit 32.5. So a lot of resistance for silver. Pretty bearish stuff. I mean, imagine gold and silver go down tomorrow. Silver will maybe not tomorrow straight away, but the day after we'll be testing 26.5, then 26, and then I don't want to say that's the head and shoulders, but this neckline at 26, which was serious resistance, if you start to trade below that, it's not good. That would take some serious time to undo that damage and basically retest 30. 30 would be your target at that point. But you may even come back down to 23, 24, 23.5. Now, it's strange talking about that when gold is at all-time highs, ready to break out, but that's the divergence between gold and silver, and doesn't bode too well for miners. Miners have been doing better than silver, though, I would say, across the board. However, they've been bouncing like the markets. And as I said at the beginning, if US dollar starts to go down, and if US dollar and Japanese yen goes down, which it should if the DXY goes down, only if the DXY goes down, then maybe the markets start to flush again, right? That formula, US dollar, Japanese yen starts to retest its lows. Maybe the market goes down again. If the market goes down, the miners will go down, especially if silver's going down, because silver should go down with the miners. And who knows, maybe even gold does. So if silver goes down and the markets go down, the miners, especially the silver miners, will get decked. So maybe that's what I'm hoping, but it's definitely something I'm considering. That market dynamic could definitely be possible, all based on US dollar, Japanese yen, actually. But this bounce, otherwise, just looking at the miners independently, pretty strong, right? From down here, gap fill, that was what I was looking for. And then, reversal of decision, basically, and we keep going up. Now we've broken out the descending. Next stop is here, 46. Then you got 47. Quite a bit of resistance. I do feel like it's already done quite a lot. Maybe there's another push up tomorrow for whatever reason, if the market decides to react that way based on CPI. Like CPI is high. I don't know. Sometimes it's complete opposite. No point in overthinking it. But yeah, and that's your next target on GDXJ. SILJ, even weaker than the GDXJ. Next target is the descending to basically end up doing what GDXJ has done already. And that will require silver to move up quite a bit. And we know that it's got a lot of resistance. So, a lot of resistance in silver miners in particular. If we look at GDX, though, that's looking quite good compared to the others. Kind of copies GDXJ, but I think it's already a bit more advanced. You've got two resistance points just up here, 38, and then the next one. I mean, I don't want to go through all the portfolio. Newmont, you can see, tomorrow could be testing this, especially if gold makes new highs. Barrick Gold finally took out this little level at 19, looking good. Here's 19.5. It's all about that 20, but already closing above 19.5 would be a monumental milestone. So nice big pumps there off the back of good news. I believe Agnico, even more advanced than Newmont. Tomorrow it's there, especially if gold takes out 2,500, it runs. But I got this enthusiasm for the GDXs, the seniors, the main boys. But silver, we'll get to that. Pan America, for example, is running out of steam all the way down here, and that's a senior silver stock for me. It's hitting 20, and I thought it would find resistance up here, but it had bad news since it last touched here, so I guess it kind of makes a bit of sense that it can't just get all the way back up there. So 20 to 20.5 seems to be resistance for now, but if the metals go up tomorrow, I guess it has to follow and start closing above 20.5. Otherwise, this one could come back down again and test low 18s. And if you're going to test there, and by the way, if there's a market dump, you could start seeing Pan America actually start trading in the 17s, and who knows? So watch out. You could get a very nice trade there. SSRM, nice pump today. Absolutely perfect. Touched its last high. I trimmed that. I didn't think I'd get SSRM this high. It's like, yeah, 8% day on a very weak stock. I'm leaving alone until it hits 550 if it gets there for whatever reason. SSRM is a bit special because it moves up even on a down day. Today was an up day, but it does its own thing. Wheaton, continuation, makes sense. It was an up day. Next, 60 is the next resistance. That should move with gold. Franco-Nevada, I guess I am doing a portfolio update. Franco-Nevada, yeah, but still not too much. It's all about 130. I'm not selling anything till 130. It's a big stock. It's oversold since ages. Atala, just about getting back, climbing up into the 270s. That's nice, but we're still far from any real progress. Next resistance really still $3, but at least we're trading in the 2.7s. The silver stocks had strange, like silver was not really that strong, but in fact it was red, wasn't it? Silver was pretty much red, but the miners were up because the market was up. And that's my problem. The market has bounced way too much. And if we come back down again, and if the dollar goes down and the markets start reacting flushy because they see the yen, appreciating against the dollar, if that trades back on, then the miners will follow the markets and go back down again, especially if silver goes down with the markets because it tends to do more than gold. And gold has been going down with the markets when it was flashing down, a few days ago. So I'm all, my mind is really on what if we drop tomorrow, miners. And we so far had a nice bounce, but trim this, and I have been trimming. I already trimmed before, and now I'm still trimming, and I'm light, and I don't like it, but I would love it if we go back down again. So First Majestic, nice pump in the middle of nowhere. So we'll see. I don't really see resistance until 570-ish. Next one for tuna. Let's be quick. Let's be quick. Yeah, that's also pretty much identical to First Majestic. I don't see any resistance until probably 4.7 there, actually. I think it's better to try and drop that a bit. It's asking a bit too much, maybe. So who knows, pre-market CPI initial reaction. This one also could go back down again to test its lows. And who knows, it could be a good double bottom opportunity to buy into. CDE, that one had an okay day, didn't it? Look at that close at high day, quite strong. It's been very strong compared to the others for a long time. That was a massive candle. Next stop, $6. I got to sell at 5.99. Pre-market is allowed. And then could come back down again if the whole sector drops. Heckler, that's had good news. Up we go. We closed above this 5.24, so that's new highs. It's quite a move though from 4.4. Next up is 5.8. That's quite the ask. It's all about tomorrow. EXK had a nice day, closed at high of day. And you're going to do a gap fill tomorrow, $3. I think so. I think so. So that's nice. That's probably something to sell into. If it takes out $3, it's 319. Is the next one I would say. It's probably better to sell at 319 than to wait to 327 and never get hit. But that looks good. That's a nice bounce after being absolutely butchered, and that was bad news. So I bought into that yesterday. That was nice. Not the best buying price, but I don't regret that with almost 10% today. Mag Silver, not bad for a silver stock, or at least that's in its name. One big move away from its old highs at $14. Again, depends on silver and how the miners react to the markets tomorrow. I am gold, just great news, kept on going up. I trimmed that again today. I just feel like that's a very nice move. But if we go down, I have the suspicion we might go down tomorrow, just generally the markets, because we pumped up quite a lot. And this may retrace back down to like 4.4. B2 gold, that's hitting resistance perfectly. I haven't traded that. I bought it on this day, not perfectly, but I'm up on that. Equinox, I trimmed again today because look at this descending. We're touching, look at the horizontal. It's like two very clear resistance points plus what I think is going to happen tomorrow. Forgot to mention ARMM, Morris Mining. I didn't touch that today, but if it moves up tomorrow, I could trim that at the descending resistance around 4.4. That's something I had in mind. SBSW is just doing its own thing, and again, proving that this stop loss hunting season could be over and then we go back up. Okay, look, I didn't want to do the portfolio update, but I did. But you see what I mean? I'm thinking about the dollar, and if that goes down, maybe the markets and therefore the miners go down with silver. Otherwise, I could be wrong. First of all, the dollar could go up. Well, second of all, the dollar could go down, and the markets don't seem to care about that. Maybe the metals like the dollar going down as it traditionally does, so the miners go up. I could be wrong, but there's just something about even today it looks quite green, 8% here, 9% there, but then not as good elsewhere. So let's see what happens. Good luck.